What's up guys, I'm back again with another one of my top whatever lists. This time it's a top 10 list. I'm going to do my top 10 Super Nintendo games. So again, we're probably going to run into that thing where some of these games you may not agree with, you may not like, you know, you'll be like, this is not a good game. No, that's okay. We'll get through it together. It'll be all right. These are, to me, my top 10. So let's check it out. Okay, for me, starting at 10, working our way up to the best. Number 10 for me is going to be a game that a lot of people didn't like and it got kind of bad reviews. It's not a great game, but it just kind of holds a special place for me in that. And that's The Adventures of Mighty Max on Super Nintendo. It's a good game in the sense of it's something that's at least a video game for Mighty Max. Because I think this also came out on Genesis. Both versions are decent, but I kind of remember this one over it. There weren't a whole lot of video games for Mighty Max back then. There were those little handheld LCD Tiger garbage things, and no one wanted that. Well, I mean, we did, but yeah, like Mighty Max was cool. Like if you remember the little play sets, those were awesome, and I liked them, and it was cool to have a game to kind of go along with that. So for me, it was fun. It's got a cool two-player like split screen mode, which is a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that. You can pick between 3 characters in the game, you know, from the show. It wasn't really true to the show though, in the sense that there's like I think they were like lava monsters or the rock monsters, whatever. They were in it, but there wasn't a whole lot of other, you know, connections. There was a few little things, but it was still like a new adventure. It was cool. I got into it, I liked it, and I think you will too if you play it. Play it 2-player, it's a lot of fun. But you know, at the same time, it got a lot of grief because of that. You know, because they said the gameplay was kind of easy, stuff like that. I think it's a great game. I think you should check it out. Mighty Max for Super Nintendo. You can't go wrong. It's a good weekend thing to do. All right, so my number 9 is going to be Blackthorne. Blackthorne is a cool game. It's kind of like a cinematic, like platform game. There's a lot of story, like a rich story to it. It has to do on like this alien planet with like a family and who's next in line to rule and stuff like that. But I mean, that story is pretty deep. And then you play as, I think you're a descendant of that family. I know this is far-fetched, but and you're like a leader in the military, like a captain or something. And you progress through the game and you figure out this story. It's very sci-fi, gritty-ish, like the graphics are cool. They're like old school, awesome 16-bit. Like it feels just right. I like the mechanics of the fighting in it and everything, because you can like hide behind like doorways, like in doorways where someone's shooting, because it's like a side view, and then you can kind of peek out and shoot. It's not really a run and gun game. I would take my time and like, you know, plan out how you're going to attack each, you know, part of it. You run into people, you talk to people, you get items and stuff. It's really fun. It's very different. It's a platformer, but again, think of it as more story-driven platformer. And I held it pretty highly on my list, to be honest, but it made number 9 because it can get frustrating at times, and it's kind of an expensive game now to get, so not a lot of people will be able to do it, but it definitely made my list. I believe I rented this one too when I was younger, and there were times where it got frustrating where I had to put the controller down, just kind of take a break. But if you work through it and think about what you're doing, it's definitely a game you can beat in a weekend. Highly recommend it. Check it out if you're into like sci-fi, you know, shooter type games, platformers with a good storyline. Check out Blackthorne. Okay, probably not a big surprise, but my number 8 is Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country is awesome. It was one of the games that came out that like during the whole like console wars that actually impressed me, because I was a Sega kid. I'm still a Sega kid. I always will be. But that came out and I seen like the commercials and stuff for it, and like pictures and like Nintendo magazines, and I was just like, wow. I mean, they just scanned in, you know, 3D models and they were just, you know, sprites, but still the method of doing that looked amazing, and the gameplay is so much fun in Donkey Kong. I mean, you can't deny Donkey Kong Country is not fun. I mean, I find myself going back to playing it like over and over just because it's just that fun. It's not super hard. It's a good platformer. I mean, if you've never heard of this, I'm amazed, because everyone knows about Donkey Kong Country. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, and it was one of those games, once you got it and you played it, you were like, it felt like something new, like on the console, like something that couldn't be done. Like it just felt like a completely different video game system when that came out. When I played it, I was just like, how is this a Super Nintendo? But knowing how they did it now, it's pretty cool. The way the music's good, the gameplay's fun, there's like good humor in it. It's just colorful. It's so much fun. I can't give this high enough praise. So that's why this one's going to be my number 8, because I will always love me some Donkey Kong Country, and I think you will too if you've never played it somehow. Okay, my number 7, hands down one of the coolest games I played growing up. A lot of my friends are really into it, and I don't have the box or anything for this, but that's The Secret of Evermore. The Secret of Evermore is an awesome RPG. The storyline's wacky, it's crazy. I like the way the mechanics are in. There's like time travel involved in it. It's just a really fun game. It's not a terribly hard RPG. There is a lot of grinding involved here and there, but it's definitely one to play if you've never played an RPG. It's a good one to start with. I would recommend The Secret of Evermore to someone who's new to it. But this game, a lot of good time spent on playing this game. A lot of fun hours and memories of playing it. And it's a game I'll play every few years. I'll go through and play it again. I still have, save games from years ago. Again, it's a really cool game. The sprites are cool. The graphics are, I think, for what an RPG is, are really fun, and like it pulls you in. The story has a lot of cool, little bits of twists and turns here, and interesting things. You got your dog with you, which is cool. You meet people along the way. The story progresses really fun, and I think the ending's pretty good too. So I would check out Secret of Evermore if you've never heard of it. I mean, I don't know. I think it was kind of a popular game, to be honest. So, but to me, it's a great RPG. So check out Secret of Evermore if you haven't. You will like it. Okay guys, number 6. For me, number 6 is going to be Zombies Ain't My Neighbors. You don't have the box for this either, but that's okay. Zombies Ain't My Neighbors is a ton of fun, especially with 2 players. And especially around this time of year, Halloween. You can play as a boy or a girl, and you have squirt guns, and you gotta save your neighbors from zombies. It's kind of like a top-down, a little bit of isometric view. You gotta collect all the, sometimes you have to, things to open doors, but you can get different weapons and different power-ups. The fun part is, trying to figure out the levels. Each one's a little bit different and a little bit harder. There's different types of zombies. And again, you can use these weapons you pick up to battle them. It's a lot of fun with a friend. I can't stress that enough. It's okay single player, it's not bad, but with a friend playing 2-player, dude, it is so much fun. And there was a sequel, like a predecessor to this, is called Ghoul Patrol, I believe. That's really fun too. But I really like Zombies, I think, a little bit better. Even though Ghoul Patrol is pretty good. But Zombies Ain't My Neighbors can be super fun on a weekend with some friends. Halloween, stuff like that. It's got that creepy zombies and creepy atmosphere in it. It can be challenging at times, and that's a little bit of a warning. You can find yourself going in circles in a level, but you just gotta kind of slow down and look what's going on. But yeah, this game is awesome. Definitely check out Zombies Ain't My Neighbors if you've never played it, because come on, I mean, who doesn't want to shoot zombies with squirt guns and blow them up? It's so stupid, but it's fun. But it's really fun, so yeah, check it out. All right, my number 5, Chrono Trigger. Kind of knew it was coming. It's a great game. It's Squaresoft, RPG, awesome storyline, awesome interface, awesome graphics. I love the combat in it. It doesn't feel like a chore or grinding in it. There is some time elements to it, with the past and the future type stuff. It's a great RPG. If you've never played Chrono Trigger, check it out because it's going to take you some time. This is one of the longer RPGs to let you know. I mean, I definitely can beat, you know, Secret of Evermore before this one. I mean, this one takes some time, but stick it out, play it through, and you'll like it. I don't want to go into too much of the story because that'll ruin it for you. It's great though. It's a good game. I like the interface. I like the combat system. It's just so many good memories of grinding through this and enjoying the storyline. I like the characters a lot. There's a lot of cool, you know, quirks to them that make each one of them unique. It's a great game. So check out Chrono Trigger if you have not played it and you're looking for a good RPG that you want to spend some time on playing. This one's a good one. Okay, number 4 for me, it's gonna be Zelda: A Link to the Past. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good Zelda, very good Zelda game. Technically, I think it's a prequel to the first Zelda, but this game, this hits me in all the right places for Zelda. The only one that ever came close to giving me that warm, fuzzy Zelda feeling was the remake of Link's Awakening on the Switch. Oh man, but this game, this is my favorite Zelda. This is my favorite Zelda, and that's okay. I mean, a lot of people will say, well, you know, I like the first one the best, or the ones on N64. No, A Link to the Past. This is my favorite Zelda. I think it's the best one. I think it's the best one. The story is so awesome. I love the world and how it's set up. It's perfect. It's a perfect Zelda experience. That's why it's my number 4. I will replay this infinitely. It's that good. I don't care. I love the Zelda series, but this one, Link to the Past, is the way to go. I really like the introduction of some of the weapons and everything and how they did it. I really like some of the enemies, especially. I could just think of so many cool scenarios with bosses and stuff. It was just a great addition to the series. Like when this came out, because after we got that side scroller one, I was like, what is this garbage? I didn't like that one at all. But then this one came along and knocked my socks off. Like, this is what to me felt right for Zelda. This was the Zelda experience I was looking for. So yeah, if you've never played A Link to the Past, get on it because you will love, love, love that Zelda experience. So number 4, A Link to the Past. Mwah. Alright, so my number 3, Castlevania IV. Who does not like this game? I would be amazed. Castlevania IV is awesome. From the music to the graphics, I even like the storyline, the bosses, it's exciting, it's an action platformer, it's Castlevania. Man, I played this, another one of these like seasonal games. I'll play this around Halloween. You know, I'll try to go through and beat it. I'm gonna get you, Dracula. But Castlevania IV, I love it. I love this Konami game. Like, and it's rare that they make a bad game, but I mean, this is amazing. I really thought that the bosses and the way they set up your weapons in this was really cool. I liked that. I like the artwork a lot. That feel and that style really shines in this Castlevania. So yeah, if you want to check out a good Castlevania that'll get you in that Halloween mood and the music will really get you going, there's some really cool visual effects that they do with like Mode 7, where like the whole levels are like shifting and turning and like you have to jump on certain things while the whole level, oh man, it's so cool, it's so much fun. Check out Castlevania IV, please. Alright, my number 2 is Earthbound. Earthbound, what a weird game, but a great game. It is an RPG, it is awesome, and it is a lot of fun. It's so strange. It's so weird because like your parents just let you go investigate this like alien invasion that's happening, and like your father, who you never see, gives you money through like ATM. It's so weird. It's so weird. You pick up people along the way and you build your crew. You have your dog with you. It's quirky. It's weird, but man, it is an experience. Like going through this game at least once in your life. Just do it. The ending near the end gets wild. It throws you all over the place. I remember when this game came out, like I said, the magazine, like the title was like, this game stinks, and like you had like scratch and sniff stinky things in it. It did not sell very well from what I remember, and that's why it's so rare and so expensive, because, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of it going around. It's a great RPG. It's funny. The main character in it is in the Super Smash Brothers or whatever on Switch, you know, you see him. But yeah, check out Earthbound. It's really, really cool, and it's weird, it's fun. Just sit down, even when friends watching, hanging out with you while you're playing it. It's weird, but it's fun. I have a lot of good memories of this game, so check out Earthbound. Number 1. What is number 1? Well, it's Turtles in Time. For me, number 1 Super Nintendo game is Turtles in Time. Good Lord, how much fun is this game? I remember wasting so much time playing this with friends, and I wouldn't even say wasting time, just good memories. It's pretty true to the arcade. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's close. It's the music's good. Everything's good. The graphics, the progression, the bosses, it's all just fun. If you like beat 'em ups and you have never played Turtles in Time, dude, this game kicks so much ass. Like, just check it out. It's good. I mean, all your classics are there, all your enemies that you'd expect to be there. It's really fun. It's kind of goofy. The ending's a lot of fun too. It gets kind of hard. It revs up near the end. But yeah, especially when you know, you get closer to the final boss battle, which I won't ruin for you, but because you never played it. If you have, you know. So it's a lot of fun. My favorite for a long time. I'm always down to play some Turtles in Time with anybody, anytime, anywhere. So, heck yeah, that's my number 1, Turtles in Time. All right, so those were my top 10 SNES games. You know, there's a lot of other games that are really good for the system. I mean, it's an awesome system, don't get me wrong, but those are the ones that, for me, stand out the most. I would reach for to play, like, oh, I want to play a Super Nintendo game. Which one will I play? And then I just grab one of those, you know, and put it in, pop it in, play. I really like co-op type stuff, so things like Turtles in Time, you know, anything that's 2-player, really down with it. But yeah, I do also enjoy RPGs, just relaxing, playing some RPGs, and the Super Nintendo had a lot of good ones. So, you know, I hope you liked the video, and it really helps if you give us a subscribe, a like, give us a share on, you know, whatever media platform you want. But hey, thanks for watching, and check you out again soon. Take care.